I recommend starting your installation by reaching in this area right here and removing those 4 plastic screws so that we can remove this panel right here. For the AMD card, so that's for the Intel chip, our computer plug is going to be located right here, but for the AMD one, your computer plug is going to be located somewhere right here, but you would still have to remove this so that you can route the wire to the front battery. Remove those 4 plastic screws. You can use a pry tool to remove them. Once the panel is removed, you will see the LED light connector, which can be removed by pinching on the middle tab and pulling it out. Then the speaker plug can be disconnected by simply pulling on the plug. If you're not installing the front camera, please skip over to the part where we connect to the front battery. Remove the top air vent by simply pulling up on it. Be gentle with this process as those clips shouldn't require much force. Remove the HVAC panel by gently pulling on it. It is held by those white clips. Pull up the front latch panel, take it out, and remove the front cable. Remove the front panel screws using 10mm socket. There are 7 screws, including the ones under the clips that are in the front. Remove the front panel by just gently pulling on the edges. Make your way around by starting on one edge of the car and go towards the other end. Take a fishing wire, not provided in my packaging, and push it through the rubber piece under the front bumper. Connect the camera cable to the fishing wire using electrical tape. Install the camera by using the double-sided tape. You can also use the screws that came with the system to secure the camera. Now pull the fishing tape to route the camera cable. Take the camera extension cable, doesn't matter the side because they are both the same, and connect it to the camera cable we just fished. Use the electrical tape to fix the connection. Route the cable towards the front. Hopefully your car has a rubber plug here that you can just cut a small hole to pass this cable. Mine has metal. Tesla didn't finish mine properly, so I'm going to route mine through a different opening towards the right. I had to do the exact same thing for my power front install earlier in the year. If you're not installing the camera, simply insert the power cables through the same firewall plug. We don't have to remove the entire front panel for this, and simply need to route those cables and connect with the front battery. If you have a newer car, your battery will look different than mine, but it follows the same principle. Loosen the positive terminal and insert the positive wire into the terminal. Make sure to fully secure the terminal screw to prevent damage to your 12-volt battery. Go ahead and follow the same protocol for the negative terminal. If you have a newer car, this terminal might not even be directly connected to the battery, but it is in a visible location. Next, we're going to remove the side dash trim panel on both sides of the car. We need to also remove this side door panel on both sides. If your car has an AMD chip, you also have to remove the bottom door panel. Once you remove the side trim panels on both sides, the dash easily comes out. This dash is just held down by a few plastic clips. We're going to take the display end of the wire harness and pass it through this opening on the side of the door panel. There should be 3 plugs. Then pass them through this wire as well. If you're installing the front camera, please also route that plug through this exact same location. This is the difficult plug we need to remove for the cars with an Intel chip. You just have to pinch on the middle tab and while holding it down, pull the plug out. Then take the new harness and plug the male Tesla adapter into the female adapter of the new harness, and then take the new male adapter and plug it into the Tesla computer. Make sure to align the plug straight to prevent bending Tesla pins. Again, this is super tedious and requires a lot of patience. At the end, it should make a complete circuit. If your car has an AMD chip, you just have to plug the new male adapter in this blue port that is not plugged into anything on the side door panel. Grab the GPS module. Remove the back adhesive cover and stick it in this location on the side dash panel. Route the cable towards the dash and we'll connect it to the display in a little bit. This is the 4G module, and we need to remove the back adhesive and install it in the very front in the windshield. This could go right where it shows your VIN. Then route the cable towards the dash by hiding it behind the panel gaps. Now on to installing the actual display. This one seems to be different for different cars, so after many installations, I find it easy to just center the display into the steering wheel cutout and just align the wires and display legs with your air vents. Depending on your OCD level, you might need to check your car and align everything and use painter's tape to mark those holes. Insert those wires through the air vent and push the display to secure it in place. Flip the dash over and install the metal plate in the back. Remember, the display is not yet secured until you install the screws, so be very careful turning the dash. Use the screws and the washer to secure the display. Take your time with this step and do not over tighten those screws. Now all there is left to do is connect those plugs together. I'm starting with the blue front camera. There is an arrow and you just have to align those and push those plugs together to secure it. Secure the rest of the plug. The red for power, yellow for communication, the black for ground. And finally there are 2 plugs left. One for the GPS and another for the 4G antenna. The GPS one is coming from the passenger side that connects to the plug that says GPS. The 4G plug is coming from the front windshield and connects to the plug that says 4G. The display should have power now. Before we push down the dash, do some cable management by using electrical tape. This is what it should look like with the display fully installed.